Hey, my friends, have you ever felt like you're standing on the edge of something incredible, but there's this invisible wall holding you back? Like you can almost taste success, happiness, fulfillment, but it just stays out of reach? I know that feeling. What if I told you that breaking through that wall doesn't require 1,000 complicated steps? What if it comes down to one single, powerful mental switch? Just one shift in your thinking can change everything. Sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? Stick with me, because today I'm not just going to tell you about this switch, I'm going to show you how it operates and how you can start flipping it in your own life, starting right now. We're going to explore this together, like friends on a journey to uncover something truly life-altering. In this video, we're going to dive deep into what this one mental switch truly is. We'll look at how it can revolutionize your approach to challenges, supercharge your motivation, and open up a world of possibilities. Are you ready to stop being a spectator in your own life and start playing full out? Let's do this. All right, let's get right into the heart of it, my friends. This one mental switch, what is it? It's the conscious shift from focusing on what you don't want to focusing on what you do want, what you're aiming for, and what's possible. It's moving from reaction and problem fixation to creation and solution orientation. Think about that for a moment. How much of your day is occupied by worries, by replaying negative scenarios, by dwelling on past mistakes or future fears? For so many of us, it's the default setting. We're wired to spot the danger, the problem, the obstacle. And while that might have served our ancestors well, in today's world it often keeps us stuck in a loop of negativity and inaction. When you're constantly looking at the wall, guess what you see? More wall. You see the bricks, the mortar, the sheer impossibility of it. Your energy drains, your creativity shuts down, and your spirit deflates. It's like trying to drive a car by staring intently at the rearview mirror. You're only going to see where you've been, and you're probably going to crash. But what happens when you flip that switch? What happens when you consciously decide to lift your gaze from the problem and focus on the desired outcome, on the solution, on the possibility? Suddenly the energy changes, doesn't it? It's like a light turns on in a dark room. Instead of seeing only the obstacle, you start to see the spaces around it, the potential paths, the tools you might have at your disposal. Your brain, this incredible supercomputer we all possess, starts working for you in a new way. It starts searching for answers, for opportunities, for resources. Think about a time you were facing a really tough challenge. Maybe it was a work project that seemed impossible, a relationship issue that felt insurmountable, or a personal goal that kept slipping away. If your focus was on how hard it was, how unfair it was, how you might fail, how did that feel? Heavy, right? Draining, probably made you want to crawl under the covers and give up. That's the problem-focused mindset in action. It magnifies the negative and minimizes your power. Now, imagine if, in that same situation, you consciously flipped the switch. You acknowledged the difficulty, sure, but then you immediately asked yourself, okay, this is tough, but what's the outcome I want here? What would a win look like? What's one small step I could take towards that, even if it's tiny? Can you feel the shift in energy just thinking about it? It's subtle, yet profound. It's the difference between being a victim of your circumstances and becoming the architect of your solutions. This isn't about pretending problems don't exist. It's about where you direct your primary focus and therefore your energy and your actions. It's about acknowledging the storm, but instead of fixating on the crashing waves and the dark clouds, you focus on steering the ship towards the harbor, on finding the lighthouse, on navigating through it. The storm is still there, but your relationship to it, your power within it, changes completely. Let's use a really simple, everyday example. You spill coffee on your favorite shirt right before a big meeting. The problem-focused reaction, oh no, this is a disaster. My shirt is ruined. The day is ruined. I'm going to look unprofessional. Why does this always happen to me? You can feel the downward spiral, can't you? The stress hormones are pumping, your mood plummets, and your ability to think clearly diminishes. You're stuck in the what's wrong loop. But what if you flip the switch? Okay, coffee on the shirt, not ideal. What's the outcome I want? To look presentable for the meeting and not let this derail me. What are my options? Can I quickly change? Is there a spare shirt in the office? Can I dab it effectively? Can I wear a jacket over it? See the difference? Your brain immediately goes into problem-solving mode. You're looking for solutions, not just marinating in the problem. It's a small example, but this plays out in much bigger ways in our lives every single day. Think about your career. Are you focusing on the aspects of your job you dislike, the difficult boss, the lack of opportunities? Or are you focusing on the skills you want to develop, the contributions you want to make, the next level you want to reach, and actively seeking pathways to get there? That switch in focus changes the questions you ask, the actions you take, and ultimately the results you get. One path leads to frustration and stagnation, the other leads to growth and progress. Or consider your health and fitness goals. If you're constantly berating yourself for not being where you want to be, focusing on the pounds you haven't lost, or the workouts you've missed, how motivating is that? It's usually a recipe for guilt and giving up. But if you flip the switch and focus on the feeling of energy you want, the strength you want to build, the small healthy choice you can make today, suddenly it becomes empowering. You start looking for ways to succeed, not reasons you'll fail. This mental switch is also incredibly powerful in relationships. When conflict arises, it's easy to get caught up in who's right and who's wrong, to focus on your partner's flaws or what they're not doing. That's the problem-focused approach, and it usually just digs the trenches deeper. But what if you switched your focus to, what kind of relationship do I want to have? How can we find understanding here? What's the common ground? How can I contribute to a resolution? This leads to connection, not combat. It's about training your brain to become a possibility-seeking missile instead of a problem-finding magnet. And the beautiful thing is, this is a skill, it's a muscle. All right, my friends, what an incredible journey we've started today, haven't we? We've pulled back the curtain on that one mental switch, that shift from problem to possibility, from fear to focus. This isn't just some feel-good idea. This is the bedrock of lasting change and massive achievement. You have the power right now to change the lens through which you see your world. And by doing that, you change what's possible for you. It's about taking command of that incredible mind of yours and directing it towards the outcomes you truly desire. Don't let this just be another video you watched. I'm challenging you right now to take this insight and apply it. Today, start small. Catch yourself when you're dwelling on a problem and consciously, deliberately flip that switch. Ask, what do I want? What's one step I can take? Feel that shift in your energy, in your resourcefulness. This is where the magic happens. Not in the knowing, but in the doing.